Hello everyone. So in this lecture we will be discussing about the current and future state of data analytics. We will discuss how data analytics is being currently used by different industries and different domains and how different companies are leveraging this technology to create different solutions for their customers. So the first topic is industry penetration. So we will discuss how data analytics has penetrated into different industries. So be it medical industry, finance industry, tech industry, retail, FMCG, sales, marketing, HR. So none of the industry is untouched by data and analytics simply because of the fact that everyone on the internet is generating data and every industry is also generating data. And what do they do with this data? They need to analyze it and build custom solutions for their customers. So the first industry that we can discuss about is technology. Of course, data analytics is being used over there to create better decisions and optimize operations. So one example I can think of is, for example, in your company, you have a logistic domain, okay, and then you are given a task to optimize your logistic. So through data and analytics, you can see, okay, this the truck logistics system that you have incorporated in your company. So you can find the most optimized route that every truck can follow so that the expenditure on the fuel is minimized and the delivery of the product is faster than before. Okay, this is how it is being used in the logistic industries. Second is finance. Of course, in finance, data analytics is being used extensively, especially for finance health reporting of a company. So every company is generating financial data. Okay, they cannot exist without financial data, and they have to check their financial health either quarterly, monthly, or yearly. But they have to do that. So different metrics and different key data points are obtained. For example, we need to analyze our net operating profit before tax, net operating profit after taxes. We need to check what taxes we have paid. We need to check our liabilities, operating cash flows, accrued taxes, and all those financial aspects. So we have huge amount of data, let's say in millions and billions, and we need to aggregate all of that data, okay, make some visualization out of it and present it to the business stakeholders. Earlier it was done primarily using Excel, okay, but since the data is getting more and more complex and also the volume of data is increasing substantially, now we have to move towards more advanced technology that are better equipped to handle such huge volumes of data. That is, we might need to use some advanced business intelligence tools like Power BI, okay, some advanced technology to store that data because we cannot store millions and billions of data in Excel. All right. So the second application that we can think of is detecting the financial fraud. So after COVID, we all have moved to mobiles, and also with the geo revolution, we are being using internet more than ever. So for any kind of banking operations that we have to perform, we are switching to mobile apps, and that is also increasing the risk of a fraud transactions. So these mobile apps collects your data like which device you are operating upon, okay, which location you are using your mobile app, so that they can track if there is any possibility of a financial fraud for your transaction or not. So if you install that same app in some other device, they will get to know, that algorithm will get to know, okay, you are now using a different device and you have never used it before. Now you have to re-authenticate again. We will send you an OTP again. You have to enter the password, enter the PIN, and then only you will be able to log in. And sometimes if a certain parameters have passed and it detects that there is a change in location as well, along with other parameters change, it may also ask you to re-enter your password. And it personally happened with me as well. I changed my location from Delhi to Bangalore, and then I got logged off from my internet banking app, and then I had to enter the password again. So it is also being used for algorithmic tradings. So algorithms are being set and our predefined rules are being fed into the algorithms, and they take huge volumes of trade on their own basis and are generating good results as with respect to the human traders. So it is being used extensively in the marketing industries to do all sort of marketing analysis, consumer targeting, understanding their buying patterns, running effective ad campaigns, running effective targeted campaigns, and all those sort of things. So once we understand our consumer, what are their likes, what are their dislikes, how do they buy, which device they prefer while shopping, what is the most common e-commerce platform they are shopping upon. So once we get all that sort of data, we can easily run effective ad campaigns so that we can target our exact customer and kind of force them to fall in our funnel so that they end up purchasing our product if it is relevant to them. And also, when we are running different kind of ad campaigns, we are again generating data. So for example, I am running three different ad campaigns. One will lead my customers to WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number if they click on it. One will lead to my customers to my site, and one is used for just gathering the leads. So once I run these three campaigns, I can see, okay, over here, this campaign is giving me more response as more number of people are clicking on it. And even in the email campaign, so for example, when you get the emails, so they can track whether you have opened the email or not. After opening, how much time you have spent on that email, have you clicked inside the email or not. So all these data points are collected and they are being used heavily in optimizing your ad campaigns and targeting the exact customers that they want. So the next industry it is being used is retail, of course. It is being used for doing the descriptive sales analysis. So what do we mean by descriptive sales analysis? So it's essentially analyzing our historic data. So retail giants like Walmart, they generate huge amount of transactional data. Okay, it's in billions. And every day they are generating huge amount of data and they need to analyze it. So they store this data in their data warehouse and use visualization techniques to see the buying pattern, which product is performing well, which gender is buying more product, whether your product is performing well on weekends or weekdays, during festive season, which brand is performing well, why it is performing well, was there a good ad campaign, was a celebrity face behind that, and all those analysis can be done. It is also used for inventory management. Of course, when we have huge retailers like DMart or Walmart, they have huge inventory in their warehouses, in their storage spaces, and it is nearly impossible for the human to track all that. So for inventory management, it is being used. So once we purchase a product and then we go to the billing counter, they scan our barcode. So once they scan into it, their database gets to know, okay, these two products have been bought and I have to remove these two from my inventory. And this is how tagging work, and this is how inventory is managed in big stores. So before there is a crunch or before there is a shortage of a product, they get to know, okay, this is the product which I might have to order and I need to procure. And also they try to give a seamless experience. So for example, whenever we are shopping and we go to the payments page, we often see that our address is automatically filled. Okay. And whenever we are doing the payment, our payment details are automatically filled. So all these small things, add up and make a huge difference in our buying pattern. And it is also used to understand the consumer mindset. So for example, let's say you have a retail store over here, somewhere, and then let me clear it. So let's say you have a retail store somewhere. Okay, now you get to know that this is a retail store, so you can spare me for my drawing. Now you get to know that the inflow of the customers that you have are not millennials. They are either the people are either greater than 40 years of age, or they are in the mid age, or they are children. But we are not getting millennials, and the products that I have, spare me if my spelling is wrong. So the products that I have in my store are there, they are targeted for millennials. So now what I decided to run a strategy that let me have a 3D printer, okay, next to my store. Let me have a 3D printer. And what this 3D printer will do, the user can come, they can select their mobile cover, they can select different design, they can customize their design as well, and then when they like it, they can 3D print it. Okay, they can 3D print it. They can 3D print their mobile covers. Now, with this strategy, you start to realize, okay, there has been more footfalls of millennials. So this is just a demo strategy that I am showing you. But for this to happen, for me to realize that millennials are not coming to my shop, I need to, first of all, get that data. I need to visualize and understand that data. I cannot have a dream, okay, millennials are not coming. You understand that we need a way to visualize something. We need a way so that everything is structured in a format and I can quickly draw insight. Okay, this is the problem and this is the solution if I am doing. If this don't work, I'll go for the next strategy. But for that, I should know what is happening right now with my business. Okay, and what else? Of course, it helps in supply chain management. It helps in capacity planning and demand, forecasting the demand. So it can be used to forecast. Okay, I know that during this, based upon my previous trends and based upon this logic, I know that my demand for this product is going to rise. So I very well procure that. Even if I have that product in sufficient quantity, but I know that demand is going to rise, I will procure that from my suppliers and manufacturers. So this is how data and analytics is being used in different industries. So let's see what is the demand trend of data and analytics. So if we look into the job statistics, Glassdoor ranked data science as number two job in 2021, and data science is expected to grow by 28% uh, through 2026. Okay, this is as per US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And in 2020 alone, around 2.7 million jobs were listed, and 11.5 million new jobs are expected to open in the coming 5 years. These numbers are huge and they really reflect that we really have a very bright future for data and analytics, because data is not going to be less, data is going to increase, okay, as we move forward and as we start spending more time on the internet. If we look into the industry statistic, data analytics industry will be worth almost $133 billion by 2026. And if we look into the key players that are, recruiting data analytics professionals, so these are Uber, our big four companies like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, because they have clients, they have consulting clients, and then they have to provide them data analytics solution. Amazon, of course, because it generates huge amount of data. Netflix, we also have a very interesting case study on Netflix in our coming lectures. Google. Google has the most amount of data because whatever we are doing on Google. McKinsey, JP Morgan, Oracle, SAP, Zomato, Swiggy, uh, all these companies are done. So all these companies are investing heavily in data analytics because they now tend to understand that data is the new oil. And since there are few companies who have, leveraged this technology to their best potential, other companies have also started to realize, okay, they also need to work upon it. Now, this was the summarized infographics, and I find it very, very meaningful. Okay, this essentially summarizes the whole overview of the data analytics. So, by solution, we can have data management, fraud and security, as we discussed, data mining as in discovering the trends and patterns in huge set of data. Data monitoring, of course, we need to monitor our data as well. What is the ingestion? So, whenever we are generating new data, how is being ingested in our database? By application, we have enterprise resource planning. So these are ERP solutions. So ERP is a kind of softwares that track almost all the operations of a company. So for example, they may track accounting, finance, how is my HR performing, how is my marketing performing. So all of these things you can see in one place. It is used in supply chain management, as we discussed. In human resource management, of course. So, for example, if there is a crunch in the employees, the HRs will be easily able to, see that, okay, in this department, I have a crunch. These people are resigning and they only have 2 months of notice period left. So better I start recruiting, and in this project, I better keep some staff extra so that my project runs seamlessly. Okay, and if I need to maintain the gender ratio, I can easily see that, okay, fine, I will recruit women now, or I will recruit men if the ratio is not balanced. it is used for database by deployment. It is used by cloud and by on-premises, so you don't have to worry about it. I have a detailed lecture on cloud and on-premises, which is yet very important concept. By organizational size, of course, if you are a large organization, the kind of tools and technologies that I will be suggesting to you for implementing a data analytics solution will be different than if you are a small or medium enterprise. Okay, by function, of course, marketing analytics, sales, accounting, finance, operations, HR analytics, all this we have discussed. So this is what the current state of data analytics is. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and learned a lot of new things in this. I'll see you in my next lecture.